Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta.
Welcome to the 51st Annual Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. I'm Gabe Salazar.
And I'm Julie Frendak. It's so nice to have everybody with us this morning. We've got beautiful weather here. We've got a green flag up already. Mass Ascension should be starting any minute now. So it's awesome. This is half the battle, right?
Yeah.
To get the weather that we need in order to have our Mass Ascension. But as of now, we're going to go right to the national anthem. Again, just an absolutely beautiful morning that we have here so far.
And
we're at 7 o'clock on the dot.
Yeah, and a peek at UNM's new balloon, the Cherry on top, making its debut this morning as well. You can see the glow is underway. It's a beautiful morning here on Sunday for the 51st Annual Balloon Fiesta. Arguably, fall is probably the best time of year in Albuquerque.
Of course.
And the Balloon Fiesta is just a cherry on top.
It really is. It really is. And we've got the legend himself. Steve just couldn't stay away.
Good morning, everybody. Having such a blast out here. Haven't gotten up this time of morning since the end of May when I retired and agreed to come back for 4 days. This is day number 2.
Yeah.
We'll be back Friday, which is KOB4 Kids Day. It's a lot of fun. And then next Saturday, I hear there's a special eclipse going on.
You heard correct. I feel like there's the most excitement about that. That's all everybody's been talking about. They're going the second Saturday to see it.
Really very interesting. I understand it's going to be black as night for a while at like 9 o'clock in the morning here.
Yep.
So looking forward to that. But today is spectacular all by itself. You see the beautiful shots that our crews are getting. There are scissor lifts that are probably 40, 50 feet in the air getting these shots. And it's just a spectacular event to watch from home as you're getting ready for church or to get out for the day. Or if you're fortunate enough to be able to make it out here during the week, as Gabe is going to experience tomorrow, it'll be fun.
All right, so Steve, I know you retired from being the weatherman, but I want to ask you about something we hear a lot during Fiesta, which is the box. And we saw that in full effect this morning, right?
Yeah, it was in effect for Dawn Patrol, and I'm trying to take a look around behind me now. Now, at the moment, everybody's drifting off towards the south, but what they do is, as they get south of the field, they heat the envelope and rise in elevation. And a few hundred feet higher, the wind is blowing in the opposite or at least a different direction. Now, a classic box will take them south, they go up and then go north, they drop down, go south again. We do see boxes or faux boxes sometimes where they'll go south and then go west. And the Dawn Patrol balloons that launched during the dark this morning are now well to the southwest, to the northwest of the field. So they're in a totally opposite direction of where they started. The box is something that's unique to Albuquerque. It has to do with our geography, with the mountains and the morning drainage winds, and it's spectacular. We don't get it every day, so when it happens, it's a special treat out here.
Sure. Absolutely, and I know during the pilot's briefing this morning, there was talk about today's conditions and the box that they'll experience is much like yesterday. You were here. I was asleep, but you were here. So how was that yesterday?
Oh, it's really great, and you know the box enables them to fly in a beautiful, unique pattern without having to chase all over town. I mean, there's times when the wind is blowing straight to the south, and they have to land before they get to the airport. They'll go that far.
Wow. Just
a straight route. There's other times when they go straight to the west, over well beyond the Rio Grande. But when they've got the box, they can go in a couple of different directions, and it's just very, very sweet. Not knowing for certain that it's holding up, but I expect that it will. We're getting that the first couple of waves to launch this morning, and it looks like everybody's very happy out there on the field.
Yeah, 7:05, not wasting any time. Some of these balloons, right?
We had a delay yesterday, and you know I've been out here for 35 years now. Yesterday's the first time I ever heard we're going to delay the Mass Ascension because some of the crews and balloons are stuck in traffic. And I'm like, the balloon teams are?
Can't they flash some sort of badge that gets them around the traffic?
There's no place to go.
Right.
First day is always the biggest mess when it comes to traffic, no matter what. I don't know why that is. It was much easier to get in this morning. And if you don't like the crowds, but you really want to come out, do the weekday thing. Yeah. It's, you know, a much lower crowd, not nearly the density of the spectators, but it's so much fun. And during the weekdays, you get to see something that we don't do on the weekends, and that's the competition I was telling Gabe about the other day.
Oh, nice. And what is that? I'm not privy to the competition.
Well, what they'll do is during the weekdays, they'll do a Mass Ascension from the field,
right.
And then at about 8 or so, they have a group of balloons that launch from off the field and fly back onto the field, and it's accuracy competition. They'll do different things. Sometimes they drop bean bags on targets on the ground as a contest. Other times they'll try to pick a set of keys off of a pole in the center of the field, and the keys start a brand new vehicle. So all kinds of competitions going on during the week, and it's quite spectacular to watch.
That's awesome.
Speaking of balloon launches, we are going to have some fun with you guys this morning, try to make it interactive. So we actually have some trivia questions for you.
Yeah, you'll be able to show off your Balloon Fiesta knowledge. Just get out your device right now, head to kob.com/vote. Make sure you click on the news tab, though, to be part of our trivia fun this morning, because that's the only place you're going to find it.
All right, so we have our very first question teed up for you. The first question is, which Balloon Fiesta official is in charge of giving the green flag for Mass Ascension? Your options are the Balloon Meister, a launch director, or the executive director. So again, you can go to kob.com/vote under the news tab. Looks like some votes came in already, and a lot of you have voted for the launch director. That's interesting. So keep your votes coming in, and we will update you with the correct answer coming up later on in the show. But first, we're going to let you enjoy the Mass Ascension for you this morning. Take a listen.
All right. Well, welcome back to our special coverage of Balloon Fiesta this morning on day 2. And Balloon Fiesta Park, if you've ever been here, you know it becomes like its own little small city when the festival is going on. Lots of crowds, lots of events, of course, lots of places to shop. Patty Lewis knows that very well, the owner of Albuquerque's own Discover Balloon. So, Patty, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about what it's like to be a vendor here at Balloon Fiesta.
Wow. Wow, where do we start? This morning on the way into the field, I'm like going, you know, I started this when I was 30 years old.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's like, oh, my gosh, it's getting harder as I get older.
Yeah, yeah.
But, yeah, no, it's exciting. We meet a lot of fun people. I just love meeting the people.
Absolutely.
And that's, I think, why it keeps everybody going. I have employees that have come back to us. She's one of them, Rhonda. She's been probably 25 or 28 years with us. Wow. So, and it's just the only thing she does in a year as far as balloon events. But she just loves the feel of everything, and the people are so friendly. So, yeah.
Not surprising based on the atmosphere here.
Yeah.
So if people come to your shop, what can they expect to find?
They can expect to find quality hot air balloon merchandise at good prices. I've kind of noticed that other people are kind of charging a little bit more than we are.
Okay, okay.
And we like to try to be fair, and just so that everybody can afford everything.
You can find these, too.
Let's make sure we get a shot of this. Steve making a little cameo with his pants. Do you still? Can you confirm you've got pants in stock?
I do in our store in Old Town.
Anything and everything belongs. She's got it.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's awesome. So, Patty, we're, of course, on day 2.
Yes.
How was day 1? What's the expectation for this week?
Day 1 was great. I think it's going to be a really good week. I feel like I'm already on weekend 2. So I'm hoping I survive.
Absolutely. And if they can't make it to the park anytime, of course, you mentioned your shop is in Old Town.
Right.
Are you guys open this week? Can people stop in?
Yes, we're open 9 to 6 every day. So even on the weekend. So any day, come on in.
Awesome.
Yeah, lots of good employees down there to help you out.
What are some of the most popular things? What do you sell out of every year?
Well, I think we're going to probably get pretty close on these solar balloons. Yeah, people really like them. That and spinners are usually pretty popular. I noticed in our booth the Christmas ornaments are really taking off.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Great time of year, right? Get ahead on the shopping.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, Patty, thank you so much again for being here. The owner of Albuquerque's own Discover Balloons. You can find her popped up here at Balloon Fiesta Park all week, and you can do your shopping there.
Right. Thank you.
Welcome back to the 51st Annual Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. So like we mentioned earlier, we're having some fun with you guys this morning. So we asked you which Balloon Fiesta official is in charge of giving the green flag for mass ascension. So earlier, I think we saw that most of you looked like it was launch director, 53% there, 42% for Balloon Meister.
Okay, all right. Well, you've got a couple more chances. A couple more minutes to go ahead and put in your vote for that. Again, head to kob.com/vote to click on the news tab. Again, make sure you click on that news tab so you can be a part of the fun this morning. And we will be right back with that answer.
KOB4's live coverage of Balloon Fiesta is being brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, Porsche, and Audi of Albuquerque. Save big at Tima Furniture Balloon Fiesta sales event happening now. Krista St. Vincent, proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network. Blushing, Bias, and Inderman Injury Lawyers, your catastrophic personal injury law firm. Bernalillo County, count on us. Kirtland Credit Union, live confident. Rio Grande Arts and Crafts Festival, 200 artists, entertainment, and fun.
Take your decor to new heights with Tima Furniture's Balloon Fiesta sale. Select your furniture, choose a balloon, and discover additional discount from 5 to 25% off your purchase. Don't let this incredible opportunity float away. Hurry into Tima.
Everyone is invited. Make your plans to attend the Gathering of Nations, North America's biggest powwow.
Done with your bank and monthly fees? It's time to switch. Spend better with free checking from Sandia Area. No fees, no worries, no drama. Just a free, simple checking account with the features you need. Like early payday, debit MasterCard ID protection, more than 30,000 free ATMs, and more. You deserve better. You deserve Sandia Area. Open your account today. Sandia Area. Better banking without the bank. Recognized as the #1 credit union in New Mexico by Forbes.
Ride or drive? Runaway Keys makes it a breeze.
Hi, my name is Jeff Sillison, president of B&M Sillison Construction Company. I run a family-owned business. Our family's been working with the Malloy since the 1970s. My father moved us to the Four Corners area in 1981. We use Ram trucks to get our personnel, materials, and equipment to our job site safely.
One of the features of this truck that I really like, it's the large screen, it's the 360 camera, the alignment assist for backing up to a trailer so that I can do it by myself.
Everyone is invited. Make your plans to attend the Gathering of Nations, North America's biggest powwow.
Take your decor to new heights with Tima Furniture's Balloon Fiesta sale. Select your furniture, choose a balloon, and discover additional discount from 5 to 25% off your purchase. Don't let this incredible opportunity float away. Hurry into Tima.
With that, welcome back to our special coverage of the 51st Annual International Balloon Fiesta. It's so great to have you all with us this morning. It is a gorgeous morning here at Balloon Fiesta Park. Mass Ascension is rolling along just like we drew it up, right, Gabe?
Oh, yeah, and you can smell all the food. We are right here on Vendor Row. Yeah. We got the best view of the Mass Ascension right now, and take a look at that view. You can't beat it. If you decided to stay at home, now's your lucky day. Look at that. Another wave of the Mass Ascension is going up right now, and we were doing some trivia with you this morning. We asked you which Balloon Fiesta official is in charge of giving the green flag for Mass Ascension, and so most of you were saying
I don't know, it was kind of split between two answers here. We're waiting for the results to populate. Here we go.
Did you notice that Steve Stucker was not a choice on there?
I think you drew it up that way too, Steve.
I mean, Balloon Fiesta unofficial, not official.
See, you know what? That actually is our next question. Gave it away.
All right, so yeah, it is split right now, 48% for Balloon Meister and Launch Director, but the correct answer is Balloon Meister.
So it's actually the job of the Balloon Meister to handle operations for Balloon Fiesta to ensure a safe and fun event.
Yeah, so the balloon.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say the launch directors are what we call the zebras. All the folks in the striped shirts that are out there on the field. There are multiples of them, and they relay the word from the Balloon Meister.
So they're in charge of when the balloon is actually ready to take off. Right?
Yeah, they work row to row and out there right among the teams and communicate through radio.
Steve, maybe in your retirement you can become the next Balloon Meister.
Oh, I don't think so. No, not in my future, no.
Yeah, so more information about the Balloon Meister. They also oversee competition at Balloon Fiesta. And so we actually have another question for you. Do you know what hot air balloon competitions are judged on? So your options are speed, height, or accuracy.
Just go to KOB.com/vote. You can join our game this morning, and make sure that you click on the news tab, because that's the only place you're going to find these trivia questions. We're going to have the correct answer a little bit later. For now, just enjoy the sights and sounds of the Mass Ascension.
Welcome back to the 51st Annual Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. It is a beautiful fall Sunday morning here at Balloon Fiesta Park. You are looking live at another wave of the mass ascension going up this morning. The green chili is in the air, the tom-thumbs are in the air, and it is a perfect morning for mass ascension. And like Steve was mentioning earlier, we saw the Albuquerque Box in full effect. That's when you see southerly winds in lower elevations, and when you go up, you get northerly winds, and so it kind of makes them go in a circle and get them as far close to the launch site as possible. So beautiful shot right there.
Yeah, Gabe with the facts this morning. You're just spewing them. Good stuff for a first timer, for being here for your first year. Yeah. Gorgeous morning. We're 2 for 2 on the mass ascension, 2 for 2 on green flags, which is amazing news for all the thousands of people who are here enjoying it this morning. Gabe, like I said, you're first year here. What are some of your faves so far?
So I actually got to go up to a balloon ride before the start of Balloon Fiesta. We'll show you more about that later. But just seeing the camaraderie here, seeing all the people who come from outside of the state and outside of the country even. I met some people from all the way from the East Coast, some people from France, and it's such a great time for everyone here just to meet everyone, meet some of the pilots here, and of course enjoy all the food. They don't call me the garbage disposal for nothing.
And as far as favorite balloons, we're actually seeing one of my personal favorites now, that tiger balloon. That is just so cool with all the, the features on the face here. But we got to get back to our trivia this morning because we're testing your knowledge. Our most recent question, we asked, what are hot air balloon competitions judged on? So we're waiting for those results to populate right now so we can give you guys the correct answer. There we go. Your options were speed, height, or accuracy. Most of you said accuracy.
Yeah, so this was a pretty easy question, and that is the correct answer. So hot air balloon competitions are all about how pilots successfully use the wind to pilot their balloons.
Balloon Fiesta actually started with a race, and competition remains a part of the event to this day, so we want to get right to our next question so that all of you can play along. Which one of these is not a Balloon Fiesta competition? Your options are ring toss, balloon raise, or Balloon Fiesta golf.
All right, so we'll have this answer later on in our newscast. And again, to give your response, you can go to kob.com/vote to weigh in. So those are your options right there. And so here on Balloon Fiesta Field, there are close to 550 primary pilots and 107 total special shapes this year. Later on in the week, we're going to see more of the special shapes go up. There are 12 new special shapes this year as well. And right now we are taking a look at a beautiful aerial shot of another wave of the mass ascension right now. Lots of people here enjoying their time here.
And I spy Arabelle there on the field. You just missed her, but speaking of special shapes, she's one of the crowd favorites. So we'll see if Arabelle makes it up into the sky today. For now, let's just enjoy the sights and sounds of Balloon Fiesta.
Hello and good morning. Welcome to our continuing coverage of the 51st annual Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. I'm Steve Stucker, sort of out of retirement for 4 days anyway, to come out and join the fun out here with the crew from KOB4. Today is pin trading day. People always ask, what's the deal with pins and Balloon Fiesta? And we're here with somebody who really knows all about that. Britt Lee is with Plano Pin Company. Her and her mom, Diane Carlson, run this outfit, and you guys have pins out the wazoo, don't you?
We have a lot of pins, all from this year and all from previous years. It's quite a collection.
We were talking a moment ago. Britt Lee, it turns 41 today. Happy birthday. And this business with you and your mom started 41 years ago.
It did, so it's as old as I am. I watched it grow up.
and it's really a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work. You don't just sell the pins, you design them. You work with the teams, the sponsors, all the different people who want pins, and really help to come up with what they're going to look like.
Yeah, we work with them from all of their designs and concepts, and we have in-house artists, so we develop everything. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work.
When I first came to Balloon Fiesta 35 years ago, I was in the media tent as a volunteer, and people started giving me pens, and we started collecting and trading. Some of them are very, very colorful, very, very valuable, and a lot of them have personal meaning to their owners.
They do. A lot of them, people come up and tell me loads of stories and interesting facts about the pins and how they found them and how they relate to them. I've had lots of fun stories with that.
And mentioning value, I mean, people can get started for as little as $2-3 sometimes with some older, smaller pins.
Yeah.
They can go pretty expensive.
They can. There are some pins that, old vintage Fiesta pins actually, that value $100 to $200 just for one pin.
Well, I've got a Gordon Bennett pin in the middle of my hat here. In the past, people told me it was worth $400. Now, nobody ever came up and offered me that much money. But it made me feel good. It made me lock the hat in the vault for a couple of days. Now, today is something called Pin Trading Day. Fiesta always does that twice. Tell us what that's all about.
So it's an event that we sponsor, and you get a free pin when you show up. It's really pretty. And it's just a place to go and converse and meet new people and trade pins with people and just have a good time.
So if you're watching and you want to come to the park later on, it happens at 11 o'clock north into the field. It's the hospitality tent?
Yes.
Okay.
The hospitality, and there'll be signs outside.
Okay, so all you have to do is drop in, and I believe the first 700 people get a free pin. I always joke, the first one's free, yeah. But you know what? It's so much fun, and I can't let you go without thanking you for designing the Steve Stucker pin that the Fiesta commissioned this year.
Oh, you're so welcome. It was such a joy to do that for you.
It's a photo of me with my goofy outfit and on my Harley Davidson, and they're selling it at the Plano Pin booth with a portion of the proceeds going to my charity, Beds for Kids. Remind me of your booth number.
We're booth 114, 115.
North end of the field. Not all the way north, but just north of the main stage, 114, 115, Plano Pin Company. Happy birthday, Britt Lee. Thanks for coming by this morning.
Yes, thank you so much.
Back to balloon coverage. Here we go.
Hi, welcome back to our special coverage of the 51st Annual International Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta. A gorgeous mass ascension that we've got on our hands this morning. So many balloons going up. So many fan favorites, too, that we're just watching from our vantage point.
Yeah,
but
I think right now you're seeing
trivia,
Yeah, you're seeing the new Meow Wolf balloon right there at the center of your screen. But like you mentioned, we are going back to trivia. So we ask you, do you know which one of these is not a Balloon Fiesta competition? So your options were Balloon Race or Balloon Fiesta Golf.
Or ring toss.
Or ring toss, yeah.
Which I don't know, that got 0%, so I think people were pretty questionable about that. So the correct answer we're going to give you is actually after the break. In the meantime, you can head over to KOB.com/vote, click on the news tab to be part of all of our trivia fun this morning. We'll be right back.
On the way over there.
He let the
hamburger balloon.
Oh.
Okay. Well, welcome back. We are taking a look at some of the early risers here at the 51st Annual Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta. It's a beautiful morning. You can see what the movement of the balloons at the Albuquerque Box is in full effect, making for near perfect mass ascension today.
Absolutely, and we've got two fan favorites on the screen. By fan favorites, I mean my own favorites. Our Smokey Bear and the Sloth. It's peeking up over those two balloons. And then, of course, Arabelle, because we've got to show her, too, with Yoda in the background.
Oh,
we've got fan
Yoda,
favorites here, left and right. So, yeah, like you said, Gabe, just a beautiful morning. Here in person, it's really been cool to watch that Albuquerque Box in full effect. Basically, balloons are moving perfectly from north to south, floating up a little bit, coming back, and then they're on their way. So we're getting a lot of good looks at a lot of balloons this morning.
Yeah, and wind is such a huge factor taken into consideration when the balloon meisters take a look at the conditions. They use something called an anemometer, but I like to tell people that I have my own wind instrument at the top of my head. The higher the proof, the higher the winds.
There you go. Gosh, and here's a live look at one of my favorite parts of Balloon Fiesta as well. I know it's also really, really cool to see. We just went past it, but it's called a splash and dash.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is too?
Yeah, we saw one yesterday right there. Yeah. Actually, this is a live shot, so it looks like they're going through the dry portion of the Rio Grande right now, though.
Looks like they're taking a break on the. Yeah, there's plenty of dry portions of the river to choose from at this point. Our Rio Grande is not looking as full as we'd all like it to. Yeah. But hey, splash and dashes are happening. There you go. We've got a couple other ones in there too.
Yeah, our Chopper 4 coming through with these visuals right here. Take a look at that shot right now.
Beautiful.
All right, so we're also looking forward to the annual Fiesta de los Globitos. That is the third annual remote control balloon rally featuring smaller balloons, which are 50 to 30 feet in size compared to the 100-foot balloons that you see right here. So there are 57 of them, and sounds like we are gearing up for that later this morning as well. But we're also having fun with some trivia. We asked you a couple of questions already. So we asked you which of these is not a balloon. Actually, no, we already went through that question.
Nope, we haven't given the answer just yet. We got to give Arabelle a shout out, though, Gabe. Yeah. This is a huge deal. We know it's a beautiful morning when Arabelle takes flight, because some mornings, she just doesn't feel like getting up, and she doesn't want to. But this morning, perfect conditions. Arabelle is flying high, so we love to see that. Okay, now we can get back to trivia.
All right, so looks like most of you said Balloon Fiesta Golf, 78% of you.
Uh-oh. The correct answer here is balloon raise. So we do have a ring toss, which of course looks like everyone knew, and we do have a golf sort of competition. So they start at 8 Monday morning here at Balloon Fiesta Park.
Yeah, how does the golf thing work? Because I want to try that out.
You know what? I didn't even know there was a ring toss, so just full disclosure to everyone watching. I didn't know that. I'm obviously not up on my games at Balloon Fiesta Park, but, there's obviously a lot of people at home know all about them, and a lot of fun to be had starting Monday morning.
Yeah, that was sort of a trick question, and we have another question for you. So here at Balloon Fiesta Park, the balloons don't take off without the okay of a launch director, so they're better known by another name. And so do you know what Balloon Fiesta launch directors are known as? Your options are on your screen: referees, launchies, or zebras.
I think this one's a pretty easy one. 100% of you so far are saying zebra. Head over to KOB.com/vote to join in on the game. Make sure you click on the news tab so that you can access all of this trivia fun. We're going to have the correct answer, which I think a lot of people, already know, but we'll play the game.
Hey, look, it's Smokey
Bear.
Bear
for you. Yep. We'll have it for you.
Bear.
That answer. Yeah, we can't see Smokey's face, but sooner, just a couple minutes, he'll be up flying also.
All right, so we're going to let you enjoy the show for just a few minutes. Take a listen. to the 51st Annual International Balloon Fiesta. It is a beautiful morning. We've been seeing our favorite balloons take off into the sunrise.
Yeah, it is just, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better morning. It's that perfect combination between, we got sunny conditions, but it's still chilly enough for a jacket, which is like perfect October Balloon Fiesta weather. So we love to see it. All right, we want to get you back to our trivia question. We asked you, what are Balloon Fiesta launch directors known as? Your options: referees, launchies, or zebras?
This was a pretty easy one, so the correct answer, actually, we're going to give you the answer after the break.
Oh, so. You almost ruined it, Gabe.
Stick around.
with the Volkswagen symbol on the front. That's a really cool one. We want to get back to our trivia right now. Before the break, we asked you, what are Balloon Fiesta launch directors known as? Most of you said the correct answer. We got to be honest. It was a pretty easy one. Your options were referees, launchies, or zebras.
All right, so yeah, the correct answer is zebras. So launch directors wear black and white to kind of help them stand out in all the colors of Balloon Fiesta.
And Mass Ascension is, of course, a major highlight for Balloon Fiesta attendees. Anyone who comes here looks forward to it. So, heading right into our next question, do you know how many launch sites are on Balloon Fiesta Field? Your options are 1,208 or 90.
All right, so we'll have the correct answer later in the broadcast. Meanwhile, you can put in your answer at kob.com/vote and just click on the news tab. That's the most important thing. Head over to the website, click on the news tab, and you can vote there. All right, Julie, I want to ask you, have you ever ridden in a hot air balloon before?
No, I have not. It's my third year here covering Balloon Fiesta. I tried my hardest this year to get on one of the media rides that they offer.
Yeah.
However, the wind was not in my favor last weekend, so it got canceled, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky. You have to wait for the right conditions. There is a small window. The winds can't reach more than 11.5 miles per hour. It can't be rainy. But thankfully this year, we're not seeing a repeat of last year, and that's why we're seeing so many people out, especially this year, this morning.
Yeah, it's funny that you asked me that I've ever been on a ride, knowing that you've been on a ride, so you just shove it right in my face. I get it, whatever, that's fine. We want to get to a really cool story that Gabe put together, actually. We know Sid Cutter is basically a household New Mexico name. He always, though, gets a little bit of extra love this time of the year. We're always talking about him and name-dropping him come October.
Yeah, so his balloon ride company actually still operates today, so I actually got the chance to ride in their 50th anniversary balloon, and here's a look at my ride with them. Yep, looks like a great morning for a balloon launch.
We're taking the scenic route today. Come and join me for the ride.
With conditions almost perfect, I wasn't going to let this opportunity fly away, so up we went. I joined 10 other early risers, and for every single one of us, it was our first balloon ride in Albuquerque.
How often do you get people who are just trying to conquer their fear of heights?
You know, asking for a friend.
Very often, but the thing is if you look over the side, you can't really tell how high you are.
I don't know about that. We rose to an altitude of 7,700 feet, soared over homes, and mock drivers sitting in traffic over I-25. And we made it just in time to catch a view of the sunrise that you just can't beat.
What's your favorite part about piloting?
I think mostly meeting the people, and then there's no two flights that are the same. Even I've been doing it for 43 years now. I have over 4,000 hours, and every flight is different.
Some riders traveled across the country to the Duke City for this year's Fiesta.
So where are you visiting from?
Pennsylvania. Feels great. I mean, not too much of a problem. A little nervousness at first.
It's all an ode to the man who started Fiesta in the first place.
Sid Cutter is a name we hear a lot, especially around this time of year, known as the father of hot air ballooning in Albuquerque. And you have a direct connection to him, right?
Yes, I do. I started in '78. Started flying for Sid about 2 years later, and from there on, it's just kind of been a wonderful thing that I've been lucky.
That was so much fun. Did you know that I was scared of heights, though?
I did hear that the other day, yes. So you really put it all out there for the story.
I was definitely in good hands, but I gotta say that my favorite part about that ride was the champagne toast at the end.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's a tradition that all balloon pilots prepare for, just with the history of hot air balloons and how it came about. So that was a great time all around.
One and done, or would you go again?
I would go again.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Very cool. Which balloon were you in? I don't even know if I saw the envelope.
I was in the World Balloon, their 50th anniversary one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Very cool. Well, yeah, what an awesome experience. What a way to experience Albuquerque
for sure.
From the sky. Steve, what about you? Have you ever been on a balloon?
Oh, yeah. I don't fly real often because I'm usually working when they fly at Fiesta. But I've probably flown maybe 10, 12 times in my life. Variety of experiences. Always a lot of fun. You know, the most interesting was, could have been a very boring flight. Kind of what happened yesterday with my friend Diane Carlson, who flies the Raccoon balloon. She got up and started drifting, and the wind stopped. Problem was, she was in the air, and she was right above a high-power electrical line. Same thing happened with my wife and I. The only time I've ever gotten Rose to fly with me, we're above a high-power wire, and we couldn't move. We must have sat there for an hour, you know, until we finally got a little bit of a breeze and drifted off. I've also had some fairly breezy ones where you land and drag for 100 yards or so before you can stop the balloon. So always an adventure. Just a great, great experience.
Like
we got to get you up.
I know. I'll keep holding out hope. Maybe next year is my year. Yeah. But like he said, the pilot that you spoke to, no one flight is the same, right? They're always different. Yeah. All right. With that, let's get back to the sights and sounds of Balloon Fiesta. Enjoy.
Welcome back. We are taking a live look over another wave of a mass ascension for you this morning. And before we head to break, we asked you one of the trivia questions here. So, do you know how many launch sites are there on Balloon Fiesta Field? Your options were 1,000, 208, or 90.
Just head to KOB.com/vote. You can give your answer there. Just click on the news tab to find all of our trivia questions this morning. We'll share the correct answer coming up after the break.
Good morning, Albuquerque.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, I'm Bill Eisenhood, Susan Machagimba here with me, and Emily Aiken.
Right.
We have a absolutely perfect morning out here for the 13th annual International Balloon Fiesta here in Albuquerque. We're out at Cutter Field. The weather is absolutely gorgeous.
As you predicted?
Definitely. As a matter of fact, I lucked out on that one, didn't I?
We're so glad you have chosen to join Bill and Emily and I. And it's
KOB4's live coverage of Balloon Fiesta is being brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, Porsche, and Audi of Albuquerque. Save big at Tima Furniture Balloon Fiesta sales event happening now. Krista St. Vincent, proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network. Blushing, Bias, and Inderman Injury Lawyers, your catastrophic personal injury law firm. Bernalillo County, count on us. Kirtland Credit Union, live confident. Rio Grande Arts and Crafts Festival, 200 artists, entertainment, and fun.
Everyone is invited. Make your plans to attend the Gathering of Nations, North America's biggest powwow.
Take your decor to new heights with Tima Furniture's Balloon Fiesta sale. Select your furniture, choose a balloon, and discover additional discount from 5 to 25% off your purchase. Don't let this incredible opportunity float away. Hurry into Tima.
Right after the crash happened, we were so focused on Mike being in rehabilitation. GBI just took so much off our plate.
The family was trusting us. They were trusting us to win this case for them.
They made it feel like friends sitting at a table.
We treat our clients like family.
I don't think there's a word out there to describe the way I feel for GBI. Like, it's just a blessing.
That's how we win, and we win big.
Here it is, the fourth quarter of the calendar year, my favorite time of year for a variety of reasons. A, I like the weather change, and I like the holidays, and I like all the incentives that come with that from Mercedes-Benz North America. And what I'm talking about are the residuals on new cars, the inventory selection, the color, the shapes, the sizes. I mean, there's so much goodness going on right now over here at Mercedes-Benz of Albuquerque. Thank you.
Live loud.
Live wild.
Live small. Live large. Live to help. Live to serve. Live your best life. Kirtland Credit Union. Live confident. Become a Kirtland Credit Union member today and enjoy all the benefits of belonging. Visit kirtlandcu.org/join to learn more.
Take your decor to new heights with Tima Furniture's Balloon Fiesta sale. Select your furniture, choose a balloon, and discover additional discount from 5 to 25% off your purchase. Don't let this incredible opportunity float away. Hurry into Tima.
Everyone is invited. Make your plans to attend the Gathering of Nations, North America's biggest powwow.
Welcome back to the 51st Annual Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. You are taking a look at another wave of the mass ascension. And as beautiful as this is, we saw the drone show earlier this morning, and that was incredible too, right?
It really was. I mean, they had more drones this year. Anybody who came last year for the 50th, it was the debut of the drone show. It was totally amazing.
Yeah.
Really, really cool, like history aspects to it. This year, it was all kind of New Mexico based. Like
we saw the red and green chili.
Yeah, 366. New Mexico flag, of course. Just a lot of really cool, you know, we did see a splash and dash too.
Oh yeah, that was
which we
so
did
cool.
Show you live from Chopper 4 just a little bit ago, which was really cool to see. Just a lot of fun stuff going on this year.
And later this morning, I'm actually going to talk to the director of that drone show, Niels Thoresen, to talk about what goes in organizing a show like that. That was so amazing. And just look at the sights and sounds here. Do you see any of the balloons you recognize?
You know, I see Arabelle in the distance there. Can't miss her. I see one of those new special shapes that we were saying. It was kind of like a doll shape, it's one.
Yeah.
But just a lot of classic teardrops left on the field at this point.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, very beautiful. Albuquerque Box, like we said before, in full swing this morning. Just seems like, you know, no issues here on the field, which we love to see and we love to report.
And Chopper 4 giving us amazing aerials earlier, and as well as our camera crew giving us the best view of the Balloon Fiesta that you can get anywhere. So we also saw the Gordon Bennett gas balloon race last night. So later this morning, I'm going to talk to Tom Garrity to see kind of where they are, what the pilots go through in those gas balloons as well. So looks like we have another trivia question for you this morning, though. So before the break, we asked, do you know how many launch sites are on the Balloon Fiesta field?
Just waiting for those to populate. Here we go.
So it looks like most of you said 208, 74% of you said that.
And you would be correct. So that's 74% of you. 1,000 is believable, I will say. I wouldn't put it past it, but yeah, 208 sites. Each launch site is designated by a letter and a number.
Yeah, and there are more than 500 pilots as well, more than 100 special shapes. 12 of them are new this year. All right, so we also have another question for you. Let's stick with Mass Ascension at Balloon Fiesta and ask a history question this time. So do you know when the first Balloon Fiesta Mass Ascension was held? Your options are 1973, 74, or 75.
We're going to have that answer for you later on in the newscast. Clearly, a lot of you think that 1973, but, you know, keep voting at KOB.com/vote. Make sure you click on the news tab. Again, do you know when the first Balloon Fiesta Mass Ascension was held?
Isn't that when Steve Stucker was born, 1973?
More like when I graduated from high school. Just off just a little bit there, young man.
Are you having a good time, Steve?
Oh, yeah. Always have such a great time out here at the Fiesta. The people, the food, the fun, just the atmosphere. I really love, I'm not the guy that uses vibe very often, but it just has such a cool feeling out here. Everybody's very positive and just beautiful. I've seen days when the weather was awful and people still seem to have a good time and enjoy it and make the most out of it.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people saying stop and watch a view, but I don't think they're talking about what's behind us. I think they're talking about you.
Well, we take a picture now and then, and it's funny, people will come up, oh, my mom loves you or my grandma loves you, you know, and I'm always like, well, she must be a crazy lady. But it's so much fun, and it's almost like a family reunion almost every year. You guys come back again and again, and you'll see the same people year to year. You make new friends every year. Really just a great time of the year for Albuquerque and everybody that comes to visit.
Well, there's so many people, Steve, that are happy to have you back, making a special appearance this weekend, and us included.
Well, most of them are just folks I owe money to that are hoping that they'll get paid
they can
eventually.
Shake you down for it.
No, but it's been fun. I'm halfway through my new 4-day gig here at KOB4. I'll be back Friday for KOB4 Kids Day. That's a fun one. The kids get a bag full of goodies, and including free breakfast. I think we've got Chick-fil-A and some other things. We'll have my trading cards, and everybody's invited to come by and say hi. You need to get here early for that one. Thursday and Friday mornings, Gabe, are special shapes, and they launch first, and weather permitting. Now, it's going to stay warm between now and then. I'm not doing the forecast anymore, but I glanced. We're going to be around 78 to 80 every day until Thursday. Then Thursday, Friday, going to be a high of around 70 or cooler. So quite a bit of a cool down as we head towards next weekend.
You just can't shake that summer weather, it seems.
Well, it'll be gone soon enough. Yeah. We'll be missing it. I love this time of year.
All right, so we're going to let you enjoy the sights and sounds of Balloon Fiesta right now.
Surprise you to know that the quiet, elegant works of art at the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta have a jet airline as an official sponsor, PSA. How dare we make all this noise about our sponsorship? Because PSA Super 80s and Smiliners are among the quietest jetliners in the air. We felt if we didn't tell you this way, you never would have heard it.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on KOB4 for our special coverage of the 51st Annual International Balloon Fiesta. A gorgeous morning out here. We've got the Fiesta blimp flying high. That's when you know it's a good day.
Yeah, this is as good as it gets, and there's a full line of events today. For Sunday, the Fiesta de los Globitos remote control balloons exhibition is underway, as well as the chainsaw carving exhibit and Fiesta of the Wheels car show. So a little bit of something for everyone.
Absolutely. We want to get right back to our trivia this morning. We asked you before the break, do you know when the first Balloon Fiesta mass ascension was held? So let's get to those results. Let's see what people had to say. 64% of you overwhelmingly said 1973.
All right, so just want to make sure, are we giving the correct answer now?
We are giving the correct answer.
Okay, so the correct answer, 64% of you were right, 1973. So Balloon Fiesta's first mass ascension happened at the second Balloon Fiesta and has been a fixture ever since. That's always a popular thing here.
Awesome, and we want to get right to our last question of the morning, your last chance to play trivia with us. The first Balloon Fiesta was held at Coronado Center. A lot of us know that. Do you know the location of the second? Your options are, again, Coronado Center, Balloon Fiesta Park, or the New Mexico State Fairgrounds.
All right, this is a pretty tricky one. To go to KOB.com/vote, and that's where you go to put in your answer. Click on the news tab there, and we'll have the correct answer later on in the newscast.
With that, let's get to our beautiful sights and sounds of the Fiesta as we hit the tail end of our mass ascension this morning. Good morning and welcome back to our special coverage of the 51st Annual International Balloon Fiesta. An absolutely gorgeous morning. Mass ascension going off without a hitch. We love to see it. But we know too, hot air balloons are not always the only things in the sky here at Balloon Fiesta Park. Team Fast Track's Skydivers also put on some really incredible shows during the weekend and during the week involving smoke, fireworks, giant American flag, you name it. We have Matt Harvey with us this morning with Team Fast Track. So Matt, thank you so much for being with us.
Well, thanks for having us. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so night one, talk to us about it. How'd it go last night?
It was a beautiful night. They were launching the hydrogen balloons, so unfortunately we couldn't jump with the fireworks and pyrotechnics. So a little bit different show for us, but it was a beautiful night. Great way to start off the week.
Awesome. And let's just talk a little bit too about generally Team Fast Tracks, who you guys are and where you come from.
Yeah, so Team Fast Tracks, officially sponsored by Selection.com, is the world's largest professional skydiving team. We're based in southern Ohio, Middletown, Ohio, and we perform over 150 performances all over the world, from air shows to football games to NASCAR races to balloon festivals.
That's really cool. So I'm going to ask the burning question that so many people want to know. How big is the American flag that you guys bring along?
Oh, so that flag that we have for you today is 5,000 square feet. 5,000 square feet.
That is unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Let's get technical for a second too. How is it possible that you guys skydive along with the pyrotechnics and the fireworks and everything else? What goes into all of that?
Well, it's lots and lots of training and tons of experience. The average Team Fast Tracks demonstrator has about 5,000 to 10,000 skydives under their belt and at least 10 years experience in the sport. And then we have training camps, regularly throughout the year, and it takes a lot of time to qualify on the pyrotechnics or even the big flags or different formation stuff you see us doing. It takes a lot of work, but it's worth it.
Yeah. So what does it take? What does it take to become one?
So to even try out for our team, it takes a minimum of 1,000 skydives, and then you go through our assessment and selection program, and then we're looking for not just the skilled skydivers, but the quality of the human. Yeah. And then once you come through the team, it's 3 years typically of training, just to be qualified on some of the more basic things we do, from the smaller flags. I say small, but those are 1,100 square feet to 2,000 square feet. Yeah. And then you work your way up to the larger flags or the pyrotechnics or the canopy work that we do, where you see the canopies locking together and then aiming towards the ground. So, yeah.
That's really cool. Really cool. I know that your shows are people's, some of the favorite parts of Balloon Fiesta. So it's always so fun to talk to you guys and get a little insight into what all goes into those shows. So thank you so much for being with us this morning. Matt, good luck with I assume you'll be in the sky tonight?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good stuff. Well, thank you so much again for being with us. With that, we'll bring you back to the sights and sounds of Balloon Fiesta right now.
Welcome back to the 51st Annual Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. You are taking a live look of another beautiful mass ascension today. We are 2 for 2. Conditions were nearly perfect, and the Albuquerque Box was in full effect. So last night you may have heard that the Gordon Bennett race launched off yesterday, and so to talk more about that, we have our go-to guy for all things Balloon Fiesta, Tom Garrity. Good to have you on, Tom.
Thanks, Gabe. Good to be here.
All right, so tell us how the launch went yesterday for the Gordon Bennett race.
You know, the launch went well for 16 of the 17 teams. We were able to launch 16 balloons last night. The launch actually took a really record time when you consider all the different factors at play. Yeah. They started the launch at about 8:30, and then by the time we got to 9:30, all of the balloons had launched except one. And that was the team number 3 from France. They had some structural issues that needed to be addressed within their envelope, so they opted not to fly.
Okay.
But it was a good night. Pilots had the choice of either flying over the Sandias or going around the Sandias. Yeah. The ones that went around the Sandias evidently made the wiser choice, because they are the ones who are now flying over the panhandle of Texas.
Wow, so just in one day they made it all the way to Texas.
Yes.
Okay. And this has a long-standing tradition, right? Started in 1906. The last 4 times it was held right here in Albuquerque.
Yeah, you know, the last time was in 2008, and the first time was in 1993.
Wow.
I know this because I just saw the pin on Steve Stucker's hat. But yeah, it is a race steeped in tradition.
Yeah.
And a lot of that tradition played out last night. It includes the playing of the national anthem every time a team from that country takes to the skies.
Nice. And give viewers a sense of what these pilots go through once they're in the balloon. They have to prepare for days of travel, right?
Yeah, they do. You know, it's a 1 tank of gas flight. You know, they fill up their balloon envelope, and they have to plan for everything. You know, one of the unique twists this year was that you have ballast that is sand and ballast that is water. And so this year, some of the pilots were asking if the water was potable. And so it's like, okay, great. Yeah, they're working that into their strategy.
Yeah.
As far as to make sure they have enough water up in the balloon.
And of course, the goal is to get to the farthest distance from Albuquerque. Sometimes it can reach as far as Canada, right?
Yeah. You know, the America's Challenge and even the Gordon Bennett. In fact, when the Gordon Bennett launched here in 1993, Gordon Starkbaum actually was the winner from Austria. He landed just outside of Green Bay, Wisconsin. But they have gone up into Quebec, you know, all parts of Canada. But it's really, the trajectory now is more of an I-40, Interstate 40 trajectory. So a lot of the pilots right now are aiming for the Oklahoma City area because over Oklahoma City there's a temporary jet stream that's setting up that is like an express lane to take balloons pretty far, pretty fast.
Kind of gives them a boost, right?
It does. Yeah. It's like a turbocharged flight all of a sudden.
There you go. Well said. And so what else is on the well, first of all, how can we track their flight?
Oh, you know, it's really easy. If you go to balloonfiesta.com and then click on balloons, you'll see the gas balloon race. There's a connection to the live tracker there. You can also go through an app called YB Tracker and just enter in the Gordon Bennett.
All right, sounds good. So, we're looking at a launch right here on the field. Looks like a landing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, balloons, once they get clearance, are able to land on the field. That was something that was discussed during today's pilot briefing. So, you know, a little unusual for a mass ascension, but not unusual for Fiesta.
And that just demonstrates the Albuquerque Box, right? They took off, they headed south, came back the other direction, and now they were able to land on Balloon Fiesta Field. So what else is on the itinerary today? I understand that the remote control...
the RC balloons are are inflated. It looks like they're having a lively time right now, just kind of, in this late afternoon or late morning breeze that has picked up. But yeah, we have 75 of the RC balloons, and they are quarter scale balloons, which are quite frankly really cute. Yeah. They're great selfie material, and just walking the field, there are a lot of people taking selfies today.
It's like the kid version of the 100-foot balloons, right?
Yes, yes, that's an excellent analogy.
All right, Tom.
Yeah, great.
Good to have you on,
Thanks,
and
Gabe.
we're going to let you guys enjoy more of the sights and sounds of the 51st Annual Balloon Fiesta.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us here on KOB4 for our special coverage of Balloon Fiesta, Day 2, and a beautiful day it is. Thanks so much for hanging out with us this morning on the tail end of our mass ascension now.
Yeah, before we went to break last time, we actually saw a landing here on Balloon Fiesta Field, which is rather rare, right?
Absolutely, yeah. We had Tom Garrity with us, who's like, you know, Balloon Fiesta expert that you were chatting with right before our break. And yeah, just a regular teardrop balloon came back in pretty quickly, I will say. A lot of people scrambling out of the way. It was right on the eastern edge of the field. And he said, yeah, definitely a rare thing to see. Definitely not normal for mass ascension.
And that just shows the pilot's accuracy, like we were mentioning, because we have the Albuquerque Box in full swing today. They head south, they come back up north, and then they're able to land pretty close to where they launched from. So that's pretty cool to see. And we were having some fun this morning for Balloon Fiesta trivia. So our last question of the But do you know the second location of Balloon Fiesta? So looks like the results here, most of you said 62% for the New Mexico State Fairgrounds.
And all 62% of you would be correct. That is the correct answer. The second location of, well, the location of the second Balloon Fiesta was the New Mexico State Fairgrounds. The fairgrounds would serve as home to the Balloon Fiesta for 2 years. Then the current Balloon Fiesta Park wouldn't become the home of Balloon Fiesta until 1996.
And that is exactly how old I am. 1996. That was my birthday.
There you go.
And what a beautiful venue it is for this annual event with our icon, the mascot of Balloon Fiesta himself, Steve Stucker, visiting year after year. I know we said that he retired as a weatherman, but the Balloonatic, he's still keeping that title year
Hopefully
after year.
We'll keep it for life.
I don't know. We'll see how long we last, huh? It's so much fun out here. I've just had a great time yesterday. Today, it helps when the weather's perfect like this. And the crowd is so friendly, so vast. Oh my gosh, numbers are huge. We'll be out here Friday and Saturday. Of course, the event runs through next Sunday. So always a lot of adventure. Can't wait to see what happens this year.
Yeah, lots to look forward to on Saturday, especially because of the annular solar eclipse. So a lot of people will turn out for that. 90% totality, and they're giving away the special NASA eclipse glasses, so you can see that as well. It's going to look like kind of like how it looks like when it's sunrise, right? During the eclipse.
You know, it's going to be mostly black, almost like night, and I can't wait to experience it. I mean, I won't be alive when the next one happens, so this is my one shot. I want to make sure I don't sleep through it.
It should be really cool. I think Dawn Patrol is one of the coolest things to see, I think, when you come out here for mass ascension, just because obviously it's dark, you know, when they've got the fire on, it's so beautiful to see. So if it's going to be like a glow in the morning, it's going to be a really cool experience.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to check. I've seen so many stories on it. I think the eclipse happens at like 9:20 a.m. next Sunday. So, I mean, we're almost at that time of day now, and there are still a lot of balloons up. So, you know, whether or not the balloons will still be flying next week at this time will be really interesting to just see what happens. I understand that it gets very quiet, that wildlife, that nature kind of pauses while this happens, and just can't wait to experience it. Should be very exciting.
Should be awesome, yeah. For right now, though, we're going to send you back out to the field, give you the last look at some of the balloons that are actually still either on the field or up near us in the sky.
Welcome back to the 51st Annual Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. So if you've been us all morning long, you remember seeing that amazing drone show earlier this morning. They also had it yesterday. And so joining me now is the drone pilot of the drone show, Casey. Thank you for joining us.
Sure, happy to be here.
All right, so I saw it for the first time this morning, my first ever drone show in person. Amazing. And everything sort of was themed over Albuquerque, right?
Yeah, Albuquerque and the Balloon Fest, yeah.
Okay, so how many drones in total were there this year?
The show's, it's a 500 fleet. 500 drone fleet, yeah.
And that's more than last year, right?
Yeah, last year there was 300, but it was such a hit that they wanted more drones.
Okay, so give us a sense of how this works, because not a lot of people know that you are the sole controller during the drone show. What kind of goes behind the scenes with putting that on?
Sure. So when we know that we're going to do a drone show for an event, first thing we have to do is design the show. So what you watch probably took 60 to 80 hours of design work to get it done. Once it's designed, we come on site, we bring the drones. We have a team of people that has to set up the grid. That's the really important part, to get all the drones laid out correctly. Yeah. And then once they're all set up and laid out, it's really easy. When it's time to launch, as long as all the drones are healthy and they have the GPS signals, I just hit launch. Nice. And then they do their thing.
All right, so how do you get all the drones to fly in sync? Are they programmed, or?
Yeah, it's part of the program that we use, the design program. It gives every drone its flight path.
All right, so can we expect to see more shows like this in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully we'll be back next year for you guys, and we do events internationally and nationally, so we're all over.
So Verge Aero, where are you guys based out of?
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. And so is this a pretty new thing that you guys put on?
No, you mean Albuquerque specifically?
For the drone shows in general.
No, so the company was created, they developed all the software and their drones, and they've been doing it for about 4 years now.
Okay. All right, and do we have any other drone shows in the week, or was it today was the last one?
No, we'll have one tonight, and then we have more evening shows at the end of the week, as well as morning and evening shows on the weekend.
All right, awesome. So if you haven't seen one yourself, I definitely recommend you do so. Casey, thank you so much for coming on.
My pleasure.
And we'll let you enjoy more of the sights and sounds of Balloon Fiesta.
morning, and thanks for being with us here on KOB4 for our special coverage of Day 2 of our 51st Annual International Balloon Fiesta. And what a treat it has been, truly. We are so lucky.
Yeah, it's as perfect as it can get. Mass Ascension went off without a hitch. We even see some landings right now. This is the second one, right?
Yeah. I don't know where exactly this one is, but we watched a landing literally this one looks a lot smoother, honestly, than the one we saw maybe right around 8:30.
It's right behind you, Julie.
Oh, there you go.
Well, you can't tell when we're looking at the monitor like that, but that's a factor of the box, because they take off, they go around, and then they come back and virtually land the same place they took off from. Very unique.
It is, yeah, and we watched one that was right over our right shoulders here, so on the east side of the field. Really, really cool to see. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, Chopper 4 getting up close and personal to one of those balloons, and we're seeing the landing right now. Looks like they are A-OK. And Steve, how's it been just visiting some of the viewers that missed you, seeing you on TV?
Oh, I've been having a blast. You know, this is like old home week for me. And you know, I was just thinking, in 2 minutes, Gabe, you will no longer be a Balloon Fiesta rookie. You'll be an experienced veteran here with your first show under your belt. A lot of fun, isn't it?
Oh yeah, my very first one. It did not disappoint at all. I kicked it off the only way you can with a balloon ride up at World Balloon, just taking in all the sights and sounds of the Mass Ascension, and also the drone show.
And also a breakfast burrito and a Krispy Kreme. So
there you go.
Getting in the spirit of things here. And I got to show him around before Fiesta started. We came out on Friday afternoon. I can't say I showed him the ropes, Julie, but I showed him the roads.
There you go.
So he knew how to get in and where we were and everything.
I'm glad you did. I would have been lost.
It's a massive venture. We want to thank all the volunteers, all the folks on the board. We want to thank the fans, the people that come in from all over the world and make it such a spectacular event. 2 days down, 7 more to go.
2 for 2. I mean, you couldn't ask for better green flag conditions, truly, when it comes to our first 2 days. So fingers crossed.
Gabe's going to be out here Monday through Thursday morning.
Monday through Thursday, so come and say hi.
And then I'll be out here Friday and Saturday.
All right.
And look forward to it. So hope you'll stop by and see us at some time. For my part of things, take some time to really enjoy your life today, and may God bless.
Thanks for joining us. That's it for us here.